Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Rip, 23. Hey, kill. Here we go.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
All right, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence got his man at the 6. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal.
Hey, run.
One more time, it's Jacobs. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal.
Route. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal. So, 4th down, and on comes the rookie, Cam Little, for this Jaguar field goal. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7. Second and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll go with him again. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3. Third and goal. He'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Niners will tie the game at 3 apiece.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. This returnable with Reed. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. First and 10.
Red on red.
They go play action for Lawrence. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll come up to third and 3. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
Here's Akers. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Foye Oluokun with the play. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a first carry for their running back. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try to run this one in. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So a field goal apiece here in that 1st quarter. All even, 3 apiece, the score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll run. Powering forward. He's in. Cam Akers. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
An extra point attempt to follow. His kick is good. And the 49ers take a 10-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
A tough spot here. Third and long. Lawrence now. Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner.
So when you talk about cover two, really the area that they're a little vulnerable. They're vulnerable deep or intermediate on the boundaries, and they're vulnerable down the middle of the field. Remember, those two safeties, Mike, hence why they call it cover two, they are splitting the field in half. They need to cover from the goalpost all the way out to the boundary. That's a lot of room to run.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
In motion comes Andrews. On the ground, it's Akers. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Running is Akers. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
A run on 1st and goal. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll send a tight end in motion. On 2nd and goal, they'll give him another shot. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal.
2nd and goal this close to the end zone. It makes sense, Mike, to keep the ball on the ground, but what you're not planning for is that you suffer a loss. So give credit to this defense. They've now changed the entire equation. It's 3rd and goal, but they're not so close anymore.
Hawk 70, Hawk, let's go now.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Ricky Pearsall. Touchdown, 49ers.
And it really just comes down to the protection. You're sitting there 3rd and goal. You have to give your quarterback the opportunity, Mike, to work through all of his progressions, and you need time to do it. Then it just comes down to making the right read. Touchdown.
The PAT, up and good. And the 49ers move out in front by the score of 17-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Hey, Lion, Lion.
A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Having haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Jacksonville.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Red on red.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Thrown left side. The catch is made.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. You don't need much. It is third and inches. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
So often in these short yardage defensive situations, Mike, you just have to sell out and play the tendencies. In this case, they knew a run was coming. They stop it short for no gain. Brings up fourth down.
Lawrence to throw for it on fourth down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on fourth down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run here with Akers. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down. Now they'll set up to throw. That is intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. a sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing is Lawrence. That's to Reed. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Jaguars. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Sim. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Let's go.
Throwing now from the gun. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Bravo 80. Ready.
Back to throw. Going up top and looking for Andrews. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ready.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Hey, I'm gun.
Now Lawrence. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Hey, Lion.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A wide open receiver downfield. This one is caught. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Lawrence. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. A ball deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Mason Smith on the stop. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Akers. He'll get this to about midfield. TJ Edwards there on the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
3rd and a yard.
Let's go now.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has 2 options. You can sit back and play the pass, or you can be aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Hey, go.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Diamador Lenore. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum build.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
First and 10.
Hey.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. This one is caught by Reed. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10.
Decent 24.
Here's Lawrence. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Jair Brown.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Drive will start on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And the Jaguars are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
Rip, 23. Snap, snap. Alert, alert. Great job. Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Hot.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down.
Hey, Lion, Lion. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. They get 16 on that connection. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Hey, easy, route, Phil.
They go play action for Lawrence. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Ready up. Red on red.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Have to get this to the 20. Here's third down. To throw is Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This from 45 yards away. He pushed this one to the right. No good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And you could see it pretty clearly, Mike. He just kind of comes across the ball there. That one started right, and it just never came back.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he gets this up close to the 40. Mason Smith on the stop. 2nd and 7. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. They face 2nd down and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got a man downfield. It's Thomas. Into space. And he will dive into the end zone. 77 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And he pulled this wide to the right. It's no good. That is a tough miss. So close, but no extra point. So things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here's Sims. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, that 2nd down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they are in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting 3rd down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
That's into the hands of Akers.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Jacksonville.
Really nice job by this running back here, Mike. I don't think this play was blocked particularly well. I think it was a combination of his patience and then his speed around the left side to not only pick up the first down, but pick up good yardage while he was at it.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And the Niners are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
A tight end in motion now.
Check go.
Now a give on the ground. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time, and it'll bring up second down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And third down coming up.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive.
All right, let's go.
Running is Jacobs. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3.
Hey, lion.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. That pickup, good for 29 yards.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And that is incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And that'll set up fourth down.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. Lawrence now. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up first and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now, second and goal. Now Lawrence. He's got it at the 3. And that's going to move him closer, but they're going to need to come up with something here. Here comes third and goal. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion